Avoidants find themselves irresistibly drawn to unpredictable people who defy their usual ability to categorize, control, or predict relationship outcomes. This unpredictable type represents everything that fascinates the avoidant mind: complexity that requires constant analysis, mystery that engages their intellectual curiosity, and behavioral patterns that prevent them from becoming bored or complacent. The unpredictable person creates the perfect psychological storm for avoidant obsession because they provide mental stimulation without emotional suffocation, challenge without pressure, and intrigue without overwhelming intensity. The unpredictable type captures avoidant attention through their refusal to follow conventional relationship scripts or respond to situations in expected ways. When most people would pursue, they might withdraw. When others would become emotional, they remain mysteriously calm. When conventional wisdom suggests one response, they choose something entirely different. This behavioral unpredictability keeps the avoidant constantly engaged in trying to understand and anticipate their next move, creating mental stimulation that the avoidant finds addictive. What makes the unpredictable type so compelling to avoidants is the ability to be simultaneously present and elusive, warm and distant, interested and independent. They might be intensely engaged in deep conversation one day and casually unavailable the next, not out of game playing, but from their own complex internal rhythms that resist explanation or pattern recognition. This natural inconsistency appeals to the avoidant's need for space and autonomy while providing enough engagement to maintain their interest. The unpredictable person doesn't follow typical relationship escalation patterns, making it impossible for the avoidant to feel trapped or overwhelmed by predictable progression toward greater intimacy and commitment. They might share deep vulnerabilities without expecting immediate reciprocation, show intense interest without demanding exclusive attention, or express care without creating obligations. This unpredictable approach to emotional sharing and relationship development feels safe to the avoidant because it doesn't trigger their usual defensive responses. Their unpredictability extends to their emotional responses, making it impossible for the avoidant to manipulate or control the relationship dynamic through their usual strategies. When the avoidant withdraws, the unpredictable type might respond with understanding, indifference, or their own withdrawal, but never with the predictable pursuit or anxiety that the avoidant expects. This unpredictable response pattern prevents the avoidant from feeling powerful or superior in the relationship, creating a quality that they find both frustrating and fascinating. The unpredictable type often possesses their own sophisticated defense mechanisms and emotional complexity that matches or exceeds the avoidant's psychological sophistication. They can't be easily read, categorized, or figured out, which appeals to the avoidant's analytical nature while humbling the assumption that they're more emotionally evolved than others. This intellectual challenge creates a respect and curiosity that keeps the avoidant engaged long-term. Their unpredictability also manifests in their approach to commitment and future planning. They might express deep feelings without demanding relationship labels, make tentative future plans without creating pressure, or demonstrate commitment through actions while avoiding verbal declarations. This approach to relationship progression feels natural and non-threatening to the avoidant because it doesn't force them into defensive positions about their own commitment capacity. The unpredictable type maintains their own independent life, interests, and emotional world that doesn't revolve around the relationship or the avoidant's approval. Their unpredictability often stems from their genuine engagement with their own complex inner life and external pursuits rather than strategic relationship positioning. This authenticity appeals to the avoidant because it feels real rather than performed or manipulative. Most importantly, the unpredictable type creates ongoing mystery and discovery that prevents the relationship from becoming stale or routine. The avoidant never feels like they've completely figured this person out or that they know what to expect, maintaining novelty and interest that their psychology craves. Each interaction provides new information and perspectives that keep the avoidant mentally and emotionally engaged. The unpredictable person also tends to respond to the avoidant's own unpredictability with patience and understanding rather than anxiety or demands for consistency. They seem to intuitively understand that people are complex and that relationships don't always follow linear patterns, making them ideal partners for someone whose own behavior is inconsistent and hard to predict. However, the unpredictable type's appeal to avoidance can also create challenges because their refusal to be controlled or predicted can trigger the avoidant's need for emotional safety and certainty. The same qualities that create attraction can also create anxiety when the avoidant craves more predictability and security in the relationship. This tension between attraction and anxiety often intensifies the avoidance obsession, while also making the relationship more volatile and complex than their typical patterns.